Tungban Zulan Pachanama, Jimia Soro, Bantam Zosama, Kaka Kosma, Jimia Soro, Malia Kojini, Katechima Pune, Jimia Soro. Stokam Jin Mupumpo, Katechima Pune. Jimia Soro, Telekate, Katechima Pune. Chamana Buba.
The victory of Muhammad.
Soro, Kepena Bang Marlema, Banzanzama, Jimia Soro, ni Meljan Wahaya, Karanege, Bahia Soro. A Korea Kazu Sangoma, Jim Soro, Nishin Matanga, Bahia Soro, Ishet, Avantia Constitution. The Dalefama, Jim Soro, Dumnatanang Aduama. Dimya Soro, Timyan Bafa Soko, do not know Adua. Paya Soro Kamba for Garna Adua.
Salatu ala Nabi al-Karim, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق الخاتم بما سبق نشر حق بالحق والعالي إلى شرارك المستقيم وعلى آله حقا كرهيم كدال العظيم تبعت دومنا ونملنا وانت تألا شيء كلا أنت زوا جيوان التاني ولا أبتب تبغزقلا وكلا تكاتي تبايا بام تربانا ونشرشي وما بسم الله انتهى ورنا الحمد لله dan kabyan kena annan amfani turbana am balgan dizinne de jalap anun le balgan lana ko jira so zene shel dum man sa'ana won ban la zinne ma so kam na won ban so kam sulo ما نيال كم ترمنا وانتم تسغلوا وإذا سألك عبادي أني فإني قريب نجيب دعوة داعي إذا دعاني فليستجيبوا لعلهم يرشدون إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر من نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيم وينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا وأخرى تحبونها نصر من الله وفتح كالمرشد فاتحة الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. جمعنا تسورة 2024 كنا ناوني تمر النصرة ناوني تمر النصرة تمر النصرة ما بعض سنة تمر النصرة ما دب سنة تمر النصرة ما فصلا لكن بسنة تسورة كنا تمر سودو نام ينبلا ما ناون تمر النصرة ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين يا رب. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
So now I'm planning to do ma. Jimmy Soro ma bingo kaya katite tishima pune kaya katite tishima pune. So tenage atuama. We are going to commence the program right now after the opening prayer. It is not a strange sin for this afternoon that we are meeting here. His Excellency, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress and incoming President of the Republic of Ghana, come January 7th, 2025. He's making a round, we call it Building Ghana Tour, but it is a unique in the sense that he takes feedback as one of the most important reasons why he is making this round. So we are going to do the introduction of the dignitaries that are accompanying him to this August occasion today, after which you are the ones going to tell him what your expectations are. So please pay attention. When we call you, you come and let him know your frustrations, what you are going through, and what you expect him to do when he gets the nod to become the President of the Republic of Ghana. Jimmy Soro, come here, Vela Katu Wumia to Amaya. Iyam Pilla, the Shima, Tamala Ninkura, and this Northern Region Council of Elders. Mbiam Buelbaza, Unkuto Buelbaza, Yim, Mbuela Bichama, Muninye, Na Yabi Kasulana, Alaji Yakubu Bukare, Council of Elders Chairman Mbala. So on behalf of all members of Council of Elders present here, we are acknowledging the presence in our midst of Chief Kasulana on behalf of the Council. We also have constituency, branch, regional and national officers present here. I will start from currently the acting head of my division, that is the communications wing. We have Lawyer Beatrice Annan here from the communications wing of the National Democratic Congress. Let's welcome you. The former member of parliament for Myang constituency, Honorable Mohammed Abdel Aziz. Kamali, former member of parliament for Karaga constituency, who doubles as the current parliamentary candidate for Karaga, Honorable Salisu Dandawa. Timali, Dr. Osman Damba, NDC parliamentary candidate for Tolong constituency, Dr. Osman Damba. Timali, Honorable Insala, NDC MP for Pandai and also parliamentary candidate for Pandai, Honorable Insala, Obejingo Pune. Katemari Tengban Zulan Dapalba, children of His Excellency the former President, Bugaza Karanavatinya, Teman Babani and Jinji Masham. We welcome you all. Thank you. Thank you. Temari the MP Tulli, Kolanya parliamentary candidate, Nzanti Tamale North constituency, Honorable Alhaji Al Hassan Sohine. I see the power. I see the power. Temali Honorable Julius Debra, former Chief of Staff, Obeti Jingo Pune. Temali Honorable Lawyer Atta, former parliamentary candidate, the National Executive Committee member, Obeti Jingo Pune. Temali Deputy Chief of Staff, Kurle, Honorable Ken Upanja, Obeti Jingo Pune. Temali National Vice Chairman, Kolanye Lawyer Binga Nzangte Department, Mfara Bahra, Lawyer Abdel Halid, Obeti Jingo Pune, Lawyer Raouf Abdel Halid. Temali the Bapre Lawyer Binga, MG Kurle, Olaji Minister Bogu, Haline to Gwamnantima and Rai She Sahashelma. Mbenang yetu awala keye nang manupo dengam anti Honorable Lawyer Inusa Fiseni. Do Lawyer Inusa Fiseni nyanga temariti na Alhaji Mohammed, the former deputy regional treasurer. Thank you. Temari Bimbila constituency parliamentary candidate for NDC, Dr. Kobina Mambua Roxon, Obeti Jingo Pune. Temari parliamentary candidate, Nzanti Sanargo constituency, Tamil Tompune, Munenye, Mr. Ata Isa, Obeti Jingo Pune. Timali MP Kolanye Karamba Chambando Kole Professor Adam Hamza Kumbon Piwu Yale MP Katamali William MP Munye Honorable Abukari Dawune William MP Obeti Shiwapune To Shiwapune Timali the former regional organizer Nzanti NDC Northern Region Munye Biba Pre Kin Yulu Obeti Shiwapune Katamari, the National Vice Chairman, Orania Northern Region, Regional Chairman, Orania Vice Chairman, in your youth organizer, Katilevi, Regional Chairman, Pumpon, Onyala National Vice Chairman, Jelakatanon Nukwati, Chief Soko Azoka. Thank you. Tumai Mbapere Red, former Savulgu MC, Obasashi Tinyango, Kan Lavna Tunungo. Timali, the Bunkupa NDC, the first General Secretary of the NDC, Kanaundano Yukoko, Northern Region, Hainu Zungobaranya Patma, Ninkura, Mbeduman Samban Zahakatizachan Pahma, Munye Mbapre, Lawyer Alhaji, Hudu Yahaya. So, Tijima Nakulbiane. Tishima na pula bene zusun lan yelle kate gouvernementa ke tengban zulan kuruma onye zusun la ma on yinama ko bani ya so kam yimna no te tabson de zo kate kanani tigbaza te pa kate tabson te male te bapra te chama MP kurle loya binga ne minister oje minister na ma pam ko to kalde zaha te zaha kul miola jo Lawyer Mohammed Mumune Obeti Shiwapune. So, the empty nama Munchana Kadagban Wiltabo Otoni no Nyanga Hali Ankara Aikubulu Yuli Avlayam Pahia Twachele So Kamba ne Dagban Bilchin Wilka Puelma. Mbien non yeto awala ke ye pamanzo katinon nu podun kangmale nzanti Honorable Alhaji ABA Fiseni to ka ngumrna imam bia ibia ituzo Yung baso, nzo chantete NDC department ni yadapune no tele NDC jintwara nzang table His Excellency John Mahama oitinye president ngoyenye MP zantinaya temali lawyer Jofa for Yendi Jofa for Yendi So, lawyer Joe Fanyaga, ida palen lanjian oyaha, yibia, munenye chairman Abuba, Yendi constituency chairman Abuba. So, kan lamna pumpo, kegbaza yili dana Northern Region yili dana nzante NDC, munenye Honorable Mburdiba, Ami Boranto Bolo, Chairman Adolf, Northern Regional Chairman, Tinundo Maraba. So, the Shima no kunya mabil go Shima. Kibu to boy pass o yule, di to be la kat lehbago, Tinlambulo yule. Pumpon, Nianzan Soti. Tinyanzan so yule bole. Dimya suro mbormo ni nyanu po kangun kambie na yilfon be ngum be batang le be kul pendule kadla ma bang na temale ni vo gahanda dungo pune mbe no yeto awala kazang NDC bang mar chama nguyan sab bang kanana ku fado yura ka jingsro zo ka wanga party ka jingsro bozore nguninye onabe fifi fiagbe kote so de nirma zan wuma de pala de palankpama de bu yugi kaman yuma ni mbongo tranan fawale gana za nan gbanyine ka bin sun domin biya ni nisa ni batoro nunu banzo ka tramal bin sun kamali na wunzora ni hankal pargalana ama ka shingmarbe da yina tingmashire mbram tizaha ka tramal bale wakpanga ka zang jirna mana tijine timini shi sa shel ngon chaya debu so kam yung no wuntangne tizanwar la furlan man boroshe no lamna ntagbab tatangban ma karachani onda gbobil karachan shamma ngartim pabe jershel ngoma dama ile de sahama balaza kunale o yila ma pune manumgo irai chandane yinda cinchina nda kawona kada zam nda yelam nda kpalgunu nazu kuna te doy zon de shebla to no nda karnyela nim fu shabamba mitang ban ma bobo ban kana te gar nzan tunuma enzan la chongo kaye ne te za hanyam nupo karmal ya katumsa kamal jire kan zan tung ban zolan kuru ne te zani lo al kaw ne te zan so lapse zale His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Thank you. So, Denzang Tilkang Banzolang Kroma Wuma Tienchela Shima Pune. Ama Manama Dangmalan Yarma. Iribu Yuhar Karachura. Dezo Ende Ensula Swelka Brigizel Bielfu Kabwali Madame Charity John Mahama, regional women organizer Oshinyango, Nyamya Nupoto. Thank you. So Pumpo Bwale constituency chairman, Kokana Tizan Omaraba Zilim Kwamnin Yashel Zang Titi, Chelakat Nupunung, Chairman Abuba, Kokana Tizan Omarshel Titi.
Assalamu alaikum. Ampur ka pare zon dabselon ni zamati sale dembe tudungo manu. Boy kan yele to mba nampola our excellency former president John Dramani Mahama ni onko na pensale zankana ti yango jiongoma mpur ka para kanonda maraba. Ni yidenne ka pore regional national executives when led by our General Secretary, Fifi Goti, Tapur Kapara, Kanondo Maraba, Kazantre, Nonologia, Kadwale, all formal appointees, Tanon the Sokamzaha Maraba, Muntotuma, Kakanati Bichongo, Lanzanton, Kalamzale regional executives led by our leader Adolf, Chama Adolf Mborziba, the non the Sokamzaha Maraba. Kazan, on behalf of my executives, Yendi constituency. Non de naya Woezor Munkamza Hanye Endis Mabilgo, Bankana Chongo, Kabatam, Kapuri, His Excellency, former President John Dramani office, Onchenma, Onyangma, Nirvadulu, Tanon Bazaha Maraba, the Lanzan de Chonga, Kapur, the former MPs, the current MPs, the Zaha Chiltumanma, Kakana, Ntinye, Yeto Ashare, Dembe Yoma, Tapura Kaparapam, Karnot and Yasampam, the Solution Dembe Joma, Mbianzan in the Kalan Yellen. Tangano Boile, Takumpama Bilgoban Zahabeti, Tanon Sokamzaha Maraba, Kalangahan Obal to Nesinema, Tanon Sokamzaha Maraba, Ngano Bal Sichenema, Tanon Sokamzaha Maraba, the Blanzan in the Kachadani, Ngano Bal Dabi, Bankamzaha Kanachi, Benjabatwaka Kanachi, Tanon the Sokamzaha Maraba, Kaya ni Nawansaka Izaha Nung the Wenia, Kabus Table. ka wum the flag bearer the leader won His Excellency former President John Dramama on Malia to Ashale ne to bana Malia to Ashale katizan tu dem bian kan yan to ya jo nyala kama nenema and this fraternity nenema tenan ala kaule ni 7 December 10 yala bitbuga munya lawyer jofa zampozo kabswe ba in 2025 to ko ala kaule temini to ta puro za kamza ha kanon ne solo ma maraba kayal ni tenon solo ka gum dem biane tambal chalte ka za hadire dan fane ayazu ayazuza. Thank you very much.
Hey! Deputy Chairman Abuba, Yendi Chairman Pam, no Zaya to Ashel Titma. Yet to Ajiako Yeltma, Dimia Soro, or Yayani Bovani Yakab Bole, Katikana Tijitama. Munkam Kule Brum Wobukat Kanama. I'm Burma Kula, Yan Malma Burma, Karadira. Kayil balance in my Kauba Kanata movie. Then yet to Ashan and Label Shamatin and Zantichama Aikule, Kazan le Pakar Wilger Gunda. The Borman Uni 2025, BTN Yoga Parliament, Kababwani Yendi, Be Naya constituency, parliamentary candidate Songunda Zanti and Disma, Union lawyer Dwarfa, Kabenunian MP for Yendi, Kayani John Mahamanye, the President of the Republic of Ghana. Unkwenza chango kabganu boli to lawyer bingma mai mine endi supune ne Ghana tetre lawyer num jilma pam ndo boli mbapre lawyer inusa yule ka boli mbapre lawyer mumunu yule bezanra anya lawyer numa ka che parliament patma da tibal jilma pam ka taba yuyagba brabo nama tiba gwamnati punu nama kabzan labna Kabu constituency num to di amfane dimya soro tupum mala lawyer ko nye lawyer binga dang palang ya titimo jina dumane the general secretary mamang shitama ka flag bearer mamang shitongo bran to yule wunni idahal barka punu yinin dinya yi bago tum parliament oysta kunna on shita mono kuna de zoen zalla chongo ka bole lawyer Abdel Fattah Jofa parliamentary candidate for Yendi for Yina today in Johnson Macro.
Ezuza, Your Excellency, Your Excellency, former President John Dramani Mahama, I stand on all existing protocols. Your Excellency, you are most welcome to Yendi constituency. Okay. Your Excellency, gathered before you today are men and women who share in the belief of the NDC. Your Excellency, Yendi constituency for the past years has suffered a lot. Your Excellency, we have brought before you traditional leaders, we have brought before you market men and women, we have brought before you professional bodies, students and artisans. Your Excellency, they all have one cry, and that cry is, who is there to save them? We have no doubt that indeed you are the Messiah. Your Excellency, the absence of opportunities for the youth in Yendi is our major problem as a political party, especially when the NDC is in power. Your Excellency, it will interest you to note that since 1992 to date, there has never been anybody from Yendi serving in an NDC administration. Never. And that is a serious worry to us. As a result of that fact, we have not had enough opportunities for the young and teeming youth of the constituency. Dimi Solo Mabi, Zomatanala Zoso, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to Pune. The Zosong Mami, the Empalmi. Your Excellency, the last time NDC won the Yendi seat was in 2008. Interestingly, leading up to 2008, NPP had held the seat for 12 years. And it was on the 12th year of NDC leading Yendi that NPP leading Yendi that NDC won the seat. Coincidentally, after NDC won the seat in 2008, we left it again in 2012. And NPP took over and has held it again for 12 years. So it looks like the time has come for history to repeat itself. Jimmy Sulu, Sashal Naya, NDC Nijukuma, Denia Panama. 10 Yendi Kuma 2008, NPP da gulbi, Yumpina Yanga Katije Kuma Kachawa. Kablan Lamna, Ntialande, Lano Yumpina Sakatia Panama. Nuzukaso Yela, Native Uni Yapama. However, the Dimma Yila, the Mama, Tian put the effort, Shelley. Nuzudimia Sulu, Chaya Katachel Camp Batinyanga. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, only a president, Katika member of parliament, to be a Yetum Borshal Mafia. So, 10 times His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Flagstaff of Ma, 10 times Omino Tumo, Lawyer Jofa, Captain Tamon Mana, Satizati, now they Sulu, now they.
So, Tepaya, parliamentary candidate for Yendi, Lawyer Abdel Fattah Jofa, Ofila Katuwuma, Pumpon, Kanere Yelma, on Twasinango, Nirba Yendi Fila Katananku Jima, Ama Poi Karakana, Engala Nubole, the Gilmalan MP, Koranye. Minister, and the point ye vote lawyer Fatao Ko Chang. NDC but lawyer num Jilma Pam. Ogazanya lawyer Binga. Ko constituency num da Pigo Ko Chang. Ka NDC dinam. Yung Balangma Zaha Kavato Pam Lukonya minister. Enzan Le Chongo Kabwale. Minority leader Kuro. Ni MP Nzanti Tamalsa constituency. Katabondo Sawelang Mamira. Lawyer Haruna Idrisu.
Azu, the chairman of the Council of Elders, Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Regional Chairman and Secretary Alhaji Hudweaya, my colleague members of Parliament, and Sharaf, my good friend, who has come to see how the Yana state. Azu, and La Benjala Sang Mango, and Mamanda Yaya, Nunoi to Koble, Kaba Cardolo, Bama Casolo, Novo Marcoble. Azu, Akupado Mummalaya, Azu. Azu Akufado Mumala Tanda Benia Kapabe Yente Poro Pakia Kunaya Ongo Chawtin Yapakulo Pormo Kuna but the Kunaka and Kurvayalba Nera Katala never loves a Pakuyama in loves Papiala Kinda Bashalmambara. The Zoyan loves Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mr. President and President of the Fourth Republic, I intend to speak on 2 major items. When I hear the MPP say that Bawumia is experienced, so those of you who know English well, comparison of experience. John Mahama, experienced Vice President. John Mahama, experienced president. Somebody has a less of it. Somebody has a less of it. And somebody has a combination of having been in government and will benefit from the opportunity of hindsight. And that is John Dramani Mahama. And so, when I hear the NPP say that Bawumia is leading a digital revolution, probably they don't even know how a revolution starts. To quote Alhaji Hudu Yaya, is not to make your table nice, this is a spoon, this is some cutlery, or no. The foundation of a digital Ghana was led by the NDC and led by Edward Salia and subsequently succeeded by John Dramani Mahama. Then subsequently, before you had the like of Kandapa, Maikokwe, Haruna Idrisu. So if you want how digitalization started in Ghana, check your history and check the records well. It began under John Mahama when he hyped telecoms from postal. Remember, go back to history. He had to hype the postal sector from the telecom sector. That is when you people started saying, Mejina Bontina Mekasa. You remember, that was the beginning of the digital revolution. The introduction of mobile telephony into our country. So today when you hear digitalization, Dr. Bawumia, are you doing that man on smartphones? If there was no mobile telephony of MTN on the GSM platform, would there be digitalization? Somebody somewhere had to start the digital revolution. Indeed, President Mahama and the NDC, Inye Solomon, Ankugba Ho, Hanu Kulungugu, under President Mahama, there was a Norwegian funding of 28 million euro to lay fiber from Ho to Kulungugu. Go and check the records and check from the embassies. So when you say you want to be digital, you need to build infrastructure. The infrastructure, some, to be fair to them, commenced under Kufuor, but built upon John Dramani Mahama. So after infrastructure, in fact, what the NPP did right, I'll give them one credit, was legislation to pass the laws, reforms. But after reforms were the laws. Now when Bawumia says that digitalization, hear him well, oh. I'm not sure he himself even understands digitalization. The NDC concept of digitalization and John Mahama's concept of digitalization, listen, is simply to mainstream ICT in all aspects of our national life. Full stop. That is what John Mahama is talking about when he says, I want to introduce digitalization into the public sector. So that when you commit a crime, today, people are still doing mobile theft, mobile money transfer theft. Where there is proper digitalization, it should be easy to arrest them. Because that Ghana card coincides with your what? Your ID card together with your mobile number in order that anonymity is eliminated. We are not there yet. So, Dr. Bawumia, be fair and appreciate that somebody somewhere laid the foundation for a digital Ghana. In fact, the NDC licenses more mobile telephony companies than any administration under his watch as Vice President and then President of the Republic. My final message, the General Secretary of the party is here. President Mahama is making one important promise to Ghanaians, that he will undertake major constitutional and administrative reforms that secures the stability of our democracy and the stability of our economy. So not just constitutional review, some will be administrative reviews. He will lead and provide leadership in providing that. Then Katina Kunadagban. Someone tap Kayana Zampawa na dwapia, Kayanuto Chafunyo, Anamumla. Manta Pao, Kayazampawa na dry, Kana Nunta Finman is our Chafunyo. It was under my colleague Honorable Inusa Fuseni that in cabinet under President Mahama, the concept of an Eastern Corridor route was conceptualized, even under President Mills. It was conceptualized, thought through, initiated, and acted upon. That is why you have those Brazilian companies come and do the road here. Mampa dolgu shao. Ago banu somale ka dolma. Toliya social joma man da America kungu shama. Nebun chan tenang tebo shal kunta malma le ya so ma ibn yarle. Ayesu. The party Matakai is to form majority in parliament. There's one to zo lawyer Jofa. Pale you are like Kaule. Yina Shamwa, da yimna la police station number. It John Mama Zoo, lawyer Jofa za nana.
To paya lawyer Haruna Idrisu. Kumpon Bangahnu Boy Shama to Quem Bola to Yama Zoya, Kalab Sishi Martin Yana, Iel Nage, Katumban Zolan Kurona Yana, and Te Nzang Omal Shelti. Your Excellency, I want to take permission from you and acknowledge identifiable groups that are invited to the hall here. Then from there, they will give you their brief testimonies before you climax the meeting. To Jimmy Soro Bambe Jingoma Punuma, Timala Hairdressers Association Bebetongo, Tailors Association Kabebetongo, Welders Association Kabebetongo, Motorcycle Operators Association Kabebetongo, Masons Association Kabebetongo, Nurses Association Kabebe Chango, Katamale Kente Weavers, the Smoke Weavers Association, Bezahabe Chango, Kamal Television Repairers Association, Bama the TV Nama, Bada Association Ma, Baza Bechango, Katamale Electrical Installations, Bada Association, Karabechango, Kamal Masons Association, Kamal Vehicle Status, Bada Association Ma, Karabechango, Phone Repairers Association, Kababetyango Kananche Local Kente Weavers Association, Bezaha Lamshi Wama Punama. To Pumpo, Tian Chamaka, Ina Yimba, and Tizang Yatwaning Yashale and Zanti. Tuli, the Bormanetinia Blacksmith Association, a Punanim for Mr. Bashiru. Abe Yomani Yina Chongo, Mr. Bashiru Blacksmith Association, Machel Nambalama, Kina. I can a Jojo Zaunakba, Dia, Mintin Kamal, Jim Soro, Mintin Chani.
Salam alaikum. Tenons will be the farm. But Tian Zamshamia, Tian Zameti Association, Mazan and Bayene, Dom Sahakane, to Adembian Manila, Tenomachan, Tian Zameti, Nea Association, Maza, Uncle Shabaza, Bazana Katian Zan, Tule, on behalf of the Yendi artisans, skilled workers, we welcome you, Your Excellency, the incoming President of the Republic of Ghana in coming 2025. Inshallah, we are welcoming you to Yendi. We the artisans are working seriously to ensure that victory is yours coming 2025, inshallah. And that when you are sworn in as the next president, we the Yendi artisans are appealing to you, Your Excellency, to promote the skilled workers of Ghana, the skilled workers of Ghana, and mostly, especially Yendi. And we are welcoming you as the next president of Ghana, the Republic of Ghana. Thank you.
Mba Ubore Wumbe, Chief of Bumbong na yele. Ko yina tizan ommel shel pa Chief of Bumbong na yele. Chief of Bumbong na yele. Ubore Wumbe Dawune. Chief Amaraba.
The former president, John Mahama, all party executives gathered, all protocols observed. I stand on behalf of Konkomba chiefs to bring forth some of the myriad of problems that we pray in first, that you win the election and come back as our president. And all our people are solidly behind you, praying that that dream is realized. First and foremost, it is said that education is the key. And in this our current dispensation, whether it is a political party representation, it is based on education. Jobs, it is based on education. Our communities has reached a stage where we even require tertiary schools. However, if you go to our communities, we don't even have secondary schools. So we are pleading that when you come into power, first, our basic schools, they are nothing to write home about. Secondary schools, and of course, we require tertiary schools too. Number two, our governance has the rare measure of tradition, that is traditional chiefs being incorporated in the governance of our country. We are asking that chiefs are empowered to be able to rule and help our nation grow. We are looking for transformation within our community, especially along the eastern corridor of the country. There is great opportunity here. However, we need to first empower the chiefs and also empower everybody related to chieftaincy to be able to realize that so many governments have come into power. However, we see that in some cases, cars are given to chiefs, but in the Konkomba communities, not even bicycles. So we are asking the president that when you come into power, we require that our chiefs are given the opportunity to serve by empowering them, building their capacity to help grow our country. Number three is jobs. And with jobs, it is for the youth. We are praying that, one, we should be able to incubate a hub or have a hub that incubates entrepreneurs, especially those who have completed school, so that a lot of jobs are created from the grassroots. We want a lot of our people to be empowered to sustain the growth of our economy. That is the way to go. We are also asking that micro industries from shea butter producers, soap makers, dress makers, and all that. We expect that to also grow. And then lastly, Bumbong is now poised to have a district so that central government administration would come into our communities and help us grow at a very fast rate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Chief Ubori Wumbi, Your Excellency, it will interest you to note Chief bears relations with one of Africa's most celebrated reggae ambassadors, Rocky Dawuni. Rocky Dawuni is from Bumbong Naile, and that's the chief from that community. Thank you very much, Chief. Pumpong, only two people, Katekulose, ko Omama Nankana, Tiambola Tain representative, come not in 1 minute, then Kanesi Sma representative, Bazakana, the meaning one person to represent both nurses and Tain, then we are grateful for that. Thank you. A representative is coming to give a speech on behalf of both Tain and Nation Students Association. Thank you for making it simple. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your Excellency, the incoming President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the incoming MP for Yendi constituency, Lawyer Abdul Fattah Jofa, the constituency chairman, the constituency secretary, the regional executives, other dignitaries present here. We welcome you and thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. I stand here before as the 10th president of our college to express my heartfelt appreciation and admiration for our vibrant presidential candidate and the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana, coming 7th December 2024. It's a singular honor done me. It is a singular honor done me to speak directly into the hearing of the incoming president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It fills me with pride to see the exceptional work done under your leadership, particularly in addressing the pressing issues facing our nurses. However, as we comment your achievement, we must also recognize the pressing issues that have been neglected by the incumbent government and urge you to prioritize addressing them promptly in your next administration. Firstly, since we don't have time, I'm going to wrap it. Firstly, the non-payment of nurses' allowance is an issue that cannot be overlooked. It does not only create financial hardship for those affected individuals, but also hinders their ability to pursue education or engage in professional activities effectively. We cannot ignore the fact that many students depend on these allowances to cover their basic needs, such as accommodation, textbooks, and other living expenses. Moreover, Your Excellency, the prompt posting of certified nurses is crucial to ensure the provision of quality healthcare service to our communities. As we all know, nurses play a vital role in the healthcare system, providing care and support in patients in our hospitals. However, the delay in posting certified nurses by the incumbent government has resulted in a shortage of healthcare professionals in many of our hospitals and clinics across the country. This has not only put a strain in the existing nursing staff, but also compromised the health care provided to our patients. Finally, the burden of high school fees on trainee nurses is a matter that requires urgent attention. We believe that education should be accessible to all, regardless of their financial background. Trainee nurses, who are the future of our healthcare system, should not only be burdened with the exorbitant fees that hinder their educational journey. In conclusion, Your Excellency, I applaud our incoming president for this outstanding work and dedication in addressing these critical issues. However, we must not stop here. It is our responsibility to urge you to promptly address the delay in posting certified nurses, and the need to reduce the excessive school fees paid by all trainee nurses. Your commitment to these crucial issues reflects your understanding of the challenges faced by our healthcare professionals and your vision for a more equitable healthcare system. Together, let us work towards a brighter future for our healthcare system. Long live Ghana, long live our great party, long live us all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you. The very last one, Bawa Bashiru. Please, quickly, Bawa, 1 minute, just do the summary of your point. Professional nurses.
Your Excellency, the incoming President of the Republic of Ghana, my able incoming Member of Parliament for Yendi constituency, I stand on behalf of the democratic health professional to make an appeal to the incoming President that the plight of the health professional today has worsened, and we are making an appeal to him to look at certain factors that we are to mention, so that when he comes to power, he will be able to address those concerns. The cost of education, federal of education for nurses has become so expensive, and we are begging our daddy to consider providing scholarship for dedicated members of their profession. We also want to make an appeal again. The promotion of health professionals have been clouded with so much corruption and punishment and impediment. We are begging President Mahama to make the promotion of health professionals automatic, so that those corrupt activities can be looked at. I also want to make an appeal again that the condition and cost of living of the health professionals has worsened, and we are appealing to the President that there used to exist a tax waiver on vehicle for nurses and health professionals. We are telling President Mahama to have a look at that. We also want to beg President Mahama and his incoming government to also make provision for appointment of health professionals, so that we, the young one, can also look up to him and will be enthused. I am also making my last appeal to President Mahama that we would like him to eradicate the national service for junior rank staff who have been in the system, but due to promotion and upgradement, they are still made to do national service. Example is the community health nurses and the enrolled nurses. We are begging President Mahama to have a look at that and eliminate the national service for enrolled nurses and junior rank nurses. And our last appeal is that the cost of medicals has become so bad in Ghana, and we will beg for a cover from President Mahama and his government to have a medical scheme or medical insurance for health workers in Ghana. Thank you so much.
So, thank you, Mr. Bawa. Thank you. At this point, having listened to concerns from various identifiable groups present here in the hall, we are inviting His Excellency, the incoming President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, to come to the podium and make his speech. May we give him a standing ovation as he mounts the podium. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Please be seated. So, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be with you this afternoon for this town hall meeting. As you've already been told, it is the Building Ghana tour. Tuma tuntum den ngo denyala Building Ghana tour. Tiyangele Ghana za kaman tamana bantum tumaza man students man nurses so come engineer intoxe ka tbang bumbor na untete nasara tiyan nang shem antaban. So the first one who spoke was for metal workers, and he spoke on behalf of all people who work with metal. We've met some of your colleagues in other places, steel benders and all of them, and they've put their case before us. Who do Macheling you? And so we have captured all the concerns that they have put, and we have it on the laptop. The lady at the back there has a laptop, so she's captured all of it. I also want to thank Chief Ubor Wumbe of Bumbonaili for his very exciting contribution. He spoke about education, especially secondary and basic education, and also tertiary. There's a lot that is wrong with our secondary and basic education. They introduced a new curriculum for the basic schools about 4 years ago, and up to now there are no textbooks for the basic schools to even use, and so that is part of the problem. Apart from that, this government has not been eliminating schools under trees. And so we continue to have a lot of schools that are in very poor condition. When NDC was there, anywhere there were schools under trees and children were not learning in very good conditions, we came and built a new classroom block for them. What we're going to do now is for any new schools that we built, we'll prioritize teacher accommodation. Because one of the reasons why teachers don't want to stay is because they don't have accommodation. Sometimes they go to a village, there's no accommodation to even rent. So he has to stay in Yendi and transport himself every day to the school. And so any new school that we build will come with enough accommodation for teachers. And the schools that exist, we're going to prioritize adding accommodation to the existing schools, so that at least the head teacher and a few of the teachers can get a place to stay and be able to teach their children. The free SHS is also an issue. We want to make it better. And so I've said that in order to improve the quality of their feeding, we're going to take the feeding from the centralized national food buffer stock, and we're going to give it to the headmasters to make sure that they feed their children. So we will pay the feeding grants to the headmasters, to the schools, and the headmasters will be responsible for procuring the food for the children. We will just make sure that they follow the guidelines, because the guidelines are that you must buy food produced in Ghana. And so if it's rice, you must buy local made in Ghana rice. If it's chicken, you must buy locally processed chicken, so that our farmers too can benefit from the school feeding. With regard to tertiary education, we try to make sure that we spread it in such a way that every area has some tertiary education. It includes nursing training schools, it includes colleges of education, it includes technical universities, it includes universities, and so on and so forth. And so when we come, we'll look at the map again. We make sure that there is a tertiary institution within reach of a number of traditional areas or a number of districts. And so that's something that we'll look at, Chief. Then he also talked about empowering chiefs in order that they are able to perform their traditional functions. We have made that part of the responsibility of the district assemblies, so that they empower their local traditional chiefs to be able to carry out their responsibility. We're also going to allow chiefs to have a representative on the assembly, so that 10% appointed members of the assembly will allow the chief to have a representative amongst the appointed members on the assembly. Then the next problem is jobs, jobs, jobs. Youth unemployment is a major threat to this country. When we were in office, the total unemployment figure was 8%. Today it has doubled to 14%. So 14% of our young people come out of school and they can't find jobs. And so the next NDC government was known for infrastructure. We did a lot in infrastructure. We're going to continue infrastructure, but this time we're going to turn our attention to livelihoods and entrepreneurship, so that young people can set up their own businesses and also employ others to work for them. Because the public sector is not a sector that can absorb everybody. Because if you look at our population, we're a population of 30 million people in Ghana. The current number of people employed in the public sector, nurses, teachers, doctors, soldiers, police officers, watchmen, security people, everybody, the total number of people employed in the public service is 700,000 out of 30 million. So it means that government must work so that we create more employment in the private sector. And so that's where we're going to put a lot of investment, so that we can bring factories here to process shea butter, to process cotton, to process textiles, and a lot of other things, to process groundnut oil, to process all kinds of vegetable cooking oils, so that our young people can also get work to do. We had what we call the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative. We're going to reintroduce it. It was an initiative that was meant to teach young people how to set up their own businesses. We must not all leave school and expect that we should be employed by government or by somebody. We also can become self-employed. We can help ourselves to become better and be able to employ others. When we started the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative, 6,000 young people applied. And out of that, we selected the first phase of them, almost 1,000 of them. And what we do is, you write a feasibility study, you show the business you want to engage in. We come, we inspect the site where the business should be, and then we give you the support to do that business. Most of the time, it is equipment. We'll buy the equipment for you, and we'll give you a little capital to start. And we'll be coming to see how you are doing and advising you so that you know how to run the business. And some of those that we set up are still in good business. There was a lady who left University of Science and Technology, and she said she wanted to do aquaculture. And so we helped her with cages, and she put them on the Volta Lake. We helped her with the fingerlings. We gave her the feed, and she was producing tilapia. She had a cold van. She was supplying all the restaurants in town with tilapia, and she made a lot of money. She employed 20 people. So instead of becoming an employee, she became an employer, and she employed 20 people, created 20 jobs. So those are the kinds of things that we can do. We will finance the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative out of the Ghana Exim. We set up the Ghana Exim Bank. When this government came, they just dissipated it, giving it mostly to people they know, political party chairmen and others. We are going to stop that and make sure that the money goes to Ghanaians who can utilize it to create jobs for our young people instead of political party apparatchiki. Tain talked about Alawa, that the Alawa is not coming. In 2016, I told you that we were going to invest in building more CHIPS compounds for you, more hospitals for you, so that we can expand the opportunities for more people to be employed. We're building new community day schools, and so I suggested that we're going to substitute the Alawa with student loan scheme. And unfortunately, our opponents said no, they can pay the allowance. And so I know a lot of you voted against us because we said we were substituting with the student loan scheme. But the reality is that we've upgraded most of your institutions to tertiary institutions. And so for equity's sake, we said let's put all our students on student loan. We'll give you the loan, you pay your school fees, and then you only pay when you get a job. If you leave school and you don't have a job, nobody will come and ask you to pay the student loan. But when we employ you and you get a job, then we'll start deducting it bit by bit from your salary, so that it goes back into the student's loan scheme, so that your younger sister who is following you can also get it to be able to pay her fees. That is a more sustainable way. And that's why we said we're going to substitute it so that we'll use the Alawa to build more hospitals, more CHIPS compounds, finish the community day schools, so that when you come out, your posting will be automatic because the classrooms will be there. We need the teachers to go and teach. And so we'll look at it when we come. Posting. We've talked, especially for the teachers and nurses. For the teachers, we've said we'll take away licensure exams. So your licensing as teachers will be part of your final year academic work, so that when you come out, you don't have to take another exam to become teachers. And then also, once we introduce the student loan scheme, we will take away the quotas so that we're able to bring more students into your schools. Right now, because they have reintroduced the allowance, which does not even come, they restrict the number of people who can come into the school because they cannot pay the allowance. But I'll appeal on your behalf. And so I'm talking to President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Baumia that the students that you promised the allowance are sitting here with me in Yendi, and they are asking you to come and pay their allowances. That they haven't received their allowances. Maybe you've forgotten. They said I should remind you that they are waiting for their allowances. So please pay them. Vehicle waivers. The vehicle waivers, we're going to sit with your executives again, your leadership, and then see how we can police it. The vehicle waivers were taken away because some unscrupulous people, instead of buying the vehicle for themselves, they were conniving with car dealers, and then they import the vehicle in their name. But then they take some money from the car dealer, and the car dealer sells the car commercially. And so we're not achieving the purpose for which we were giving the vehicle waiver. So we're going to sit, if we can get a system where any car imported under the vehicle waiver is used exactly by the person it's supposed to benefit, then we'll be able to reintroduce it. We brought the vehicle waiver because sometimes nurses and doctors and others have to be called in the night to go on emergency. You don't expect them to come and stand by the roadside and be looking for Okada or Mama Kandu to be able to go to work. And so if we're able to safeguard it so that they don't, that thing that happened where they were selling the cars to car dealers is stopped. If we're able to do that, I don't have any problem with us introducing the vehicle waiver. Then medical insurance. I do think that medical workers who are working should be insured, because you get in touch with patients who have all kinds of diseases. You also can get sick and even die. Many medical personnel have lost their lives because of the nature of their job. And so it's a good suggestion. We have put it in there. and then also abolition of national service for teachers and medical personnel. We've also captured that so that we will go and rationalize it. So these are the main items that you talked about. GES, we will strengthen GES and shake it up so that it does the work that it's supposed to do in order to improve our educational system. And we will allow teachers and headmasters to talk freely. Right now, they are oppressed. If you're a headmaster and you say anything critical about the educational policy, they will either sack you or they will transfer you. Our children have no textbooks. No headmaster can talk. I can talk because they can't do anything to me. But the head teachers and the teachers are all afraid to talk because this is a very oppressive government, very unforgiving, intolerant. You must not criticize them. And so I say that the Independence Day for headmasters and teachers and all those who know what is wrong but cannot talk, the second Independence Day, apart from Ghana's Independence Day, is coming for them on 7th January 2025. They will be free to talk because you need criticism in order to improve a system. If things are not going well and you say people should shut up, then you can never get it right. And so under us, they would... this Jack Toronto. You mean Jack Toronto is oppressing the headmasters? I didn't say it all. And so they must be free to talk so that you know what is going wrong and then you can correct it. And so headmasters and teachers all over the country, I'm telling you, 7th January 2025, you'll be free again. You can say what is wrong and we will work with you together to make it right. Thank you very much. God bless you.